Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi, and this is Friday Power Flow. Today I'm in my studio, Sanctuary Power Yoga. There's a link for my studio schedule below, and we're gonna get started in Child's Pose. So if you're here and you're watching this, come on, why not join me? Let's get started. Coming on to your mat, coming into your child's pose. You can take your knees wide, extend your arms forward. Let your head land. If it feels like a better fit, you might have your knees together and your arms and hands alongside. And really, this practice can fit your body, your being. And it can fit into your everyday life. Part of what's nice about these 30-minute practices, they are a little bit easier to fit in. Taking a deep breath in, and a long breath out. And it is a dark and stormy day outside. We just had a little bit of a thunderstorm, so you might hear some cars outside, the noise of the cars in the rain. Doesn't have to be a distraction. Coming back to your breath, take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Letting your shoulders soften. You might notice you can soften your face and your jaw. And these 30-minute practices are great. You can fit them in maybe a little more easily in your day, but if you're looking for a longer practice, then do check out the link to my studio below. When we're done here, you can practice with me live and in person in the studio or via Zoom. And my members have access to recorded classes as well, longer practices. Here we'll take another big inhale and a big exhale. Take your hands a little more forward, tuck your toes under, and come on up into your downward facing dog. If it feels good to stay in your child's pose, you can. Let it feel good to come into your body and come into your practice and your breath. Fingers spread wide here, heels can soften. If it feels good to add in some movement, go for it. Let it be intentional. And still, the movement of breath, a big breath in, and a long breath out. Here, bring your feet together a little bit forward. Extend your right leg up to the sky for your three-legged dog. Let your head drop. Bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. Right knee goes up, right foot goes to your left. On your inhale, take the right leg back up. Come forward to your high push-up. Draw your knee into your chest. Lift out of your shoulders. You can really tuck in here. Strong core. Up and back to your three-legged dog. Right foot lightly to your right thumb. Left knee down to your mat. Untuck your left toes, your kneeling lunge. You can pad the left knee. Hands can stay on your mat. Come to your right knee. If it works, interlace your fingers at your low back. Maybe a towel or strap between your hands just to give yourself a little bit of room. Grounded through your right foot. Not a lot of weight in your left knee. Shoulders are soft. Let your shoulders roll back. Let your heart lift here. A deep breath in. And a big breath out. On your inhale, hands reach up. You can lift up, go back a bit. As you exhale, hands down to your mat, back to your downward facing dog. Take a long breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your feet together and forward. Take your left leg to the sky now. Right heel can sink down. Hands without moving. Press down away. Bend the left knee. Down dog hip opener. Left foot goes to your right. Knee goes up. Any movement that you might want to add in. Take your left leg back up. Roll the hip down. Come forward to your high push-up. Draw your knee into your chest. Lift out of your shoulders. Feel the connection down through your hands, connecting through your core. Up and back to your three-legged dog. Now left foot lightly to your left thumb and your right knee down to your mat. Untuck your right toes. Setting up your kneeling lunge on this side. You can pad the right knee, fold the right edge of your mat under. And you can work with your hands on your mat, on your knee, or again, you might interlace your fingers at your low back. A little bit of a back bend. Strong through your core. Lengthening through the sides of your body. On your inhale, hands reach up. You can lift up and go back. As you exhale, hands to your mat, right foot steps to meet your left. Set your feet. Find your halfway lift and take a couple of breaths here. Hands can be on your mat or on your shins. You might soften your knees. Strong core. Little lift to your chest, to your heart here. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, come on up to stand. Rise up, reach and lift. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Set your gaze here. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes. You might set an intention for your practice today. Together, let's take a big inhale and a big exhale. Inhale, sweep up, reach and lift. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back, inhale, hands down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. You can drop your knees for a little more support. Fingers spread wide, strong through your core. Take a big inhale. Move forward, halfway down or all the way down, low push-up. And you can drop your knees here. A big breath in, upward dog, cobra or low cobra. And as you exhale, back to your downward dog. Or add in your child's pose. You can add in child's pose, any variations that you like. Letting it feel good to be here, even when it's challenging. Take another deep inhale, exhale, walk or jump to the front. Set your feet, halfway lift, inhale, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach up, fold forward, exhale, empty out. Halfway lift, inhale, chaturanga, low push-up. You can step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Sometimes it gets a little noisy out there. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Sometimes it gets a little noisy in here, right, in our thinking minds. And so you can notice that and come back. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Another full inhale, exhale, walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to stand. Hands high, heart lifts. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push-up to low push-up, exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog, exhale. Downward dog or child's pose. Set your hands and your feet. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Take a long inhale. And a full exhale. Breathe in. And empty out. Another big breath in, exhale, walk or jump to the front. Set your feet, halfway lift, inhale, fold forward, exhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. Big bend to your knees, you can reach your hands high or let your hands come to your heart. Soften your shoulders. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Feel your feet on your mat, your toes are soft. A little more weight in your heels here. Take a big breath in. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push-up to low push-up, exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Set your feet and come up. You can reach your hands high or let your hands come to rest to your heart. Front foot is flat and straight. Bend into your front knee. Feel your back foot on your mat lift and lengthen through your back leg. Lift up out of your hips. Take a big inhale, exhale, hands down to your mat. High push-up to low push-up. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward now. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. As you come up, as you come into your warrior one, you might adjust where you have your feet, your focus, especially if you've wandered off. And simply come back. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. You can have a strong warrior one, strong foundation. Allow for some softness. Soften your shoulders. Soften your toes. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. Hands down to your mat. High push-up to low push-up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Back foot flat. Come up. Exhale. Hands down to your mat. High push-up to low push-up. Inhale. Upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Virabhadrasana, rise up, exhale. Hands back to your mat. High push up to low. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. A big breath in. Empty out. Let your head hang, let your heels soften. Take another full inhale here. Exhale lightly. Walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Bend your knees, sit down, reach up, fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot steps. Warrior one. Back foot flat. Come up. Exhale. Hands down to your mat. High push up to low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog. Left foot steps. Warrior one. Rise up. Add in your warrior two. A little more space between your feet here. Space between your toes and your fingers. Almost like you could add space in between your vertebrae. And you can set your gaze or close your eyes. Space between your thoughts. A big inhale and a big exhale. I haven't used that word in such a long time, vertebrae. Now I can't remember, is it one vertebra and multiple vertebrae? Or is it one vertebrae and multiple vertebra? I'm going to try not to think about that right now. You can leave a comment below. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your left hand high. Reverse your warrior. Ground through both feet. Lift through your back leg. Take a big inhale. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. Left elbow on your left leg and your right arm reaches up to the sky. As you feel your feet, you might lift your toes, wiggle them a little bit, and then place them back down. Take your top arm, lengthen it forward, and you can slide your bottom hand down inside or outside your front foot. A full breath in, and a big breath out. Breathe in, and breathe out. A big inhale, and a big exhale. Top arm goes up, wrap it around behind your back. Half bind or full bind. You can play around with it. You can feel it out. You can always come out of the bend in your front knee and then come back to it. If you get distracted, you come out of your practice, you come out of the moment, you can come back. A deep breath in and a big breath out. When you come back, just beginning. Instead of focusing on what has just happened, allow yourself to focus on where you are, what's happening right here, right now. Reach your top arm up. Let your right hand come down to your mat under your right shoulder. Spin to the ball of your right foot. You might walk your left foot just a little to your left and twist to your left. Take your left arm up to the sky. Back knee lifted or lowered. Feel that you do have some space right to left between your feet. Ground through your feet. Let your left arm bring you up to your high twist. So your right arm is reaching forward, your left arm reaches back. You can sink your hips down, but lift the back of your right knee for 3, 2, and then come around to your warrior two. Take your left hand high, reverse, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Little push off, left hand reaches down for the ground in front to the left of your baby toe. Right arm can reach up to the sky. There's this sense of stacking your shoulders and your hips. Engage your lifted leg, press out through the heel. Engage through your standing leg, engage in taking a deep breath in and a big breath out. Another big inhale. As you exhale, right hand, right foot come down. Feet to about hips width distance. Peace fingers hook your big toes, palms face each other. Halfway lift as you inhale. Lengthen and fold as you exhale. Padangusthasana. You can soften your knees here. You might work with a different hand variation. Take a full inhale and a big exhale. Release your toes. You can walk your feet closer together or to touch. Hands on your mat, left foot as your standing foot. Lift your right leg, standing leg raise, standing leg split. You can stay in more of a halfway lift or drop into the forward fold. Let the crown of your head hang down. Lifting through your left leg, extending out to the right, one or both hands to your standing ankle. If you want to play around with it, strong core. Take a big inhale. Lightly drop your right foot back behind you. Runner's lunge. And then pivot around toward the right, coming into your wide-legged stance. Feet are parallel or a little bit pigeon-toed. Hands under your shoulders, halfway lift. Lengthen and fold here. Hands can stay where they are. They can go back between your legs. If you want to add in a crow or a tripod, go for it. A deep breath in. And a big breath out. And yeah, you might shake your head around a little bit gently. No or yes. I think I said this the last time. It's a nice, simple reminder, small reminder, that you can choose what you want to say yes to on your mat and even off your mat. Hands under your shoulders, come halfway up. Start to pivot around toward the back edge of your mat. Coming into your runner's lunge, plant your hands, right foot steps back. High push-up to low push-up. Inhale. Upward dog, exhale. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Another big inhale. Exhale lightly. Walk or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down, reach up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. High push-up to low push-up. Exhale. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot steps forward, warrior one, rise up, exhale, hands down to your mat. High push-up to low push-up. Inhale, upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps forward, warrior one, come up, open out, warrior two. Adjust your feet, set your foundation, set your gaze or close your eyes. And part of the practice can be noticing when you do get distracted. You don't have to go down the rabbit hole of, for example, vertebra or vertebrae. You can notice it and then come back. A deep breath in, then a big breath out. Right knee tracks over right ankle, extending through your arms, shoulders soft, shoulders track over hips. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Not a lot of weight in your left hand, wherever it lands. Take a big inhale, side angle, Parsva Konasana, right elbow on your right leg, and your left arm extends up towards the sky. Your right elbow connect as a little bit of a self-assist. Keep your knee on track. Reach your top arm up so you're lifting up, and then go ahead, extend the left arm. Track the arm over the ear. Right elbow can stay where it is. You can slide your right hand down. Your breath. Simply taking a big inhale and a big exhale. Can keep you on track, help you get back on track, whether it's in your practice or in your everyday life. Reach your top arm back up, wrap it around behind your back, half bind or full bind. The rabbit hole here might be, which variation? Is one variation better than the other? I should be doing this or that. You're here. Allow yourself to do this, more than that. Allow yourself to be here. A big inhale and a big exhale. Now reach your top arm up. As you exhale, left hand comes down to your mat under your left shoulder. Spin to the ball of your left foot. Walk your right foot a little to your right so you have space right to left between your feet, and set up for your twist. Your right arm goes up to the sky. Even as you connect down into your left hand, notice if you collapse into the shoulder, can you lift up? Grounded through your feet, steady foundation, come up to your high twist. Your right hand reaches back, your left hand reaches forward. And again, you can sink your hips down, keep that bend in your front knee, but lift the back of your left knee for 3, 2, come around to your warrior two. Take your right hand high, reverse, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, push off, tip forward. Here are my blocks. Block is great under your bottom hand, right? You might add it in. If you don't have a block, a water bottle is nice. If you feel, especially if you feel as though you're struggling to reach the ground, just that little bit of lift softens the struggle, more room for joy, and you can extend more through your standing leg, and then you can lift a little higher. Take a big breath in, left foot lightly down beside the right. Feet at about hips width distance. Put a big bend in your knees, rest your torso on your thighs, interlace your fingers at your low back, towel or strap between your hands, knuckles press back, chest peels up, a little lift, and as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Letting your hands gently come up and over. You can ease out of the bend in your knees. You can ease into this and be at ease in your body, connected in your strength and power. Take a long inhale and a big exhale. Another deep breath in here As you exhale, release your hands on your mat, feet closer together to touch. Right foot is your standing foot. Ground down. Begin to lift your left leg. Standing leg raise, standing leg split. Right, so if the forward fold doesn't work, more of a halfway lift, let it be intentional. And you can be in between the halfway lift and the forward fold, but again, intentional. Feel what you're doing. Hands on your mat or blocks, maybe one or both hands to your standing ankle. And you can be a little bit wobbly. You can come out of it. Doesn't have to be a big deal. Take a deep breath in. Lightly drop your left foot back. Runner's lunge. Pivot around toward the side. Here, hands under your shoulders. Halfway lift. Bring your hands to your hips. Come up to stand. Now, turn your toes out, heels in. Put a big bend into your knees. You're coming into your horse. Reach your arms up. Eagle arms. Right arm wraps under your left. You can also work with hands at heart. Goddess arms. Take a full inhale. Sit a little lower as you exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Hips stay low, unwrap your arms, reach them up. Other side, left arm now wraps under your right. If your toes are turned way out, just mindful that your knees aren't rolling in. Balance, toes turn out, knees open out. You can wrap your arms, lift your elbows and almost press them away from you, but still shoulders stacking over hips. A big inhale. Sit a little lower as you exhale. On your inhale, unwrap your arms, reach them up. Bring your hands to your heart. Come up to stand. Pivot your toes in and your heels out. Hands to your hips or to your low back. A little lift on your inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Hands under your shoulders here, your halfway lift. Walk your hands towards the front. Pivot around. Runner's lunge. Plant your hands. Left foot steps back to meet your right. High push up to low push up. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale. Downward dog or child's pose. Take a long breath in. And a big breath out. Another deep inhale here. Exhale lightly. Walk or jump to the front. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Rise to stand. Hands high. Heart lifts. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. High push up to low push up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, walk or jump your feet through your hands. Come to seated. Feet and hands reach forward, strong core, lower back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover your shoulders and your feet. Take your feet wide. Crisscross one on top of the other for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center, hover and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then come all the way down. Set your feet on your mat, flat, hips width maybe a little bit wider. On your inhale, come up for your bridge. Any variation. Come up for your wheel, any variation. Come into rest, any variation. Let it be intentional. Choose what you need here. In your bridge, knees track over ankles. Feet are set, toes are soft, legs are active. Breathing in and breathing up. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And if you want to add in your wheel, you can. You can come down at any point. You might set your gaze, you might close your eyes, but whatever variation you're in, take a full inhale and a full exhale. And deep breath in. Empty out. Once more here, big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Come onto your back, soles of your feet together, knees to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, empty out. And release your jaw. Notice if you are stuck in a rabbit hole, you feel like you're stuck in a rabbit hole. Just noticing that. allows you the space, the opportunity for a shift, choosing to come back. Feel your fingers and your toes. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Draw your knees to your chest and come on into your happy baby. Knees wide. You can catch your feet with the backs of your legs. If you want to extend one or both legs, you can. Bring your knees to your chest. A little bit of forward and back movement. Rock forward, plant your hands, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. If you want to go through a flow, you can. Maybe a tabletop with some cat-cows. In your downward dog, feet together and forward, right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. And you can let your foot pull you over if you want to flip. Making your way into your half pigeon when you're ready. And really, if you're here, you're ready. It might be this variation. It might be a different variation. We go down the rabbit hole of thinking that we're not ready. But again, you're here in your body. Take a big breath in, then a long breath out. And if you're here and you're just watching, if you are thinking, I'm not ready for this, you don't have to be in half pigeon, but you can be in your body and you can still feel your breath. Take a deep breath in, then a long breath out. You might feel where you can soften, fingers, toes. Feel your connection down to the ground. Allow yourself to be a little more supported. I truly believe this practice is for every body. When you practice with me here in the studio, you see it. A lot of different variations, people moving through the practice in their own way, but we're sharing space. We're doing that here virtually. If you want the experience of being in the studio, right, then yeah, check it out. Check out the link below. Here, check back in. Take a big inhale, then a big exhale. Set your hands under your shoulders and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Maybe a little bit of movement. When you're ready, feet together and forward, left leg high, bend your left knee for your down dog hip opener. You can flip and make your way into your half pigeon. This variation or the variation on your back. This side doesn't have to be like the other. Long spine, let your head land. A deep breath in, then a big breath out. It's good practice to notice where you're hanging on in your body. For me, I notice lots of times it's my back leg. Often I can release, soften the back knee. Sometimes it's my jaw. So you notice that here. Tension starts to build. You take a big breath in. Open your mouth, empty out. Identifying the tension here. Feeling that you don't need to hang on. You start to bring this practice into your everyday life. You're in a meeting with someone. You're in a dialogue with someone and you feel yourself tensing up. You can simply take a breath in. Invite yourself to soften as you breathe out. It creates a shift. here. Hands under your shoulders, start to come up, sweep your back leg forward, and lie down on your back. Draw your knees to your chest. If you want to finish with a downward dog or a flow and then come onto your back, go for it. Knees to chest, give them a little squeeze, drop them over to your right for your twist. You can work with any variation that you like here. And then come through center and take your twist to the other side. And then come to center and make your way into your Shavasana. I'm going to add a couple blocks under my legs. You can take your legs up. I like palms up. I find it helps me to soften my shoulders down. And then there's this sense of opening across the front of your body, heart open. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. You can bring some movement to your body. You might wiggle your fingers and toes or let your head roll side to side. Taking your time, knees to chest. You can give them a little squeeze. You might roll to one side and make your way to seated. Hands to your heart. Set your gaze. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Deep breath in. And a breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me for practice today. I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi. Take a moment, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share with your friends. If you want to support this free content, you can find me on Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you get some added perks. And again, if you're looking for more, Sanctuary Power Yoga, that's where you find me almost every day. Glad that you joined me today. Thanks for showing up. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon.